Greetings, everyone. Today we're gonna talk about a culture comparison of the countries of Brazil and Mexico. And we're gonna talk about some topics like language, gastronomy, traditions and culture, legends, etc. And this presentation is presented by Israel Anguiano, Raul Eduardo, Pimentel, Edgar Wancho, and your servant Alfonso Barrientos.
Language. The language is a fundamental part of a country's cultural identity. Mexico and Brazil, the great nations in Latin America, have different official language due to their colonial history. Mexico was colonized by Spain in the 16th century, so Spanish became its main language. Brazil, on the other hand, was colonized by Portugal following the theory of Tordesillas, and Portuguese is its official language. Gastronomy. Gastronomy is one of the richest and most representative cultural expressions of each country. To begin with, one of the most iconic dishes in Brazil is feijoada, and stew made with baked beans and various parts of pork, usually served with rice, collard greens, and orange. In contrast, Mexico is world renowned for its tacos, a versatile dish consisting of a corn tortilla filled with various ingredients such as meat, chicken, fish, or vegetables, always accompanied by sauces and seasoning. When it comes to desserts, Brazil stands out with desserts like brigadeiro, a type of chocolate truffle, and quindim, a coconut and egg yolk-based dessert. Mexico, on the other hand, offers desserts such arroz con leche, rice pudding, pan de elote, sweet corn cake, and dulce de leche, all known for their sweet homemade flavors. There also major difference is traditional beverage. Brazil is known for the caipirinha, an alcohol drink made with cachaca, sugar, and lime, as well as its natural topping with juices. In Mexico, popular drinks include aguas frescas, like horchata or Jamaica, along with traditional beverages such as tequila and mezcal.
Dates and preference in Brazil and Mexico. In Brazil is samba, funk carioca, passion for soccer, love for dancing and celebrating, and in Mexico, banda norteña, mariachi, and pop, rock, cumbia, reggaeton, and romantic music. Same passion for soccer and taste for traditional drinks like tequila and coffee. Coffee in the morning. Customs in Brazil. Brazilian Carnival. It originated in Europe as a Catholic tradition, celebrated before Lent, a 40 days fasting period before Easter. Known for samba paradise, vibrant customs, street parties, and music. Capoeira. Capoeira is Brazilian martial art that combines elements of dance, acrobatics, music, and spirituality. Festa Junina. Traditional rural celebration with folk dance, costumes, bonfires, and typical foods. Customs in Mexico. Dia de Muertos, November 1st and 2nd. Families honor and remember deceased loved ones with altars, flowers, food, and candles. Independence Day, September 16. Celebrate with fireworks, paradise, and traditional foods. And Quinceañera, a celebration when a girl turns 15, mar- marking her passage into womanhood.
Now we're gonna talk about the topic of holidays. First of all, we're gonna talk about the holidays of Mexico, and the first we have is Dia de los Muertos, which is celebrated in November 2nd, and mixes Aztec beliefs with the Catholic All Souls Day. Dia de la Independencia, known as Independence Day and Revolution Day. Holidays like Independence Day, which is celebrated in September 16th, and Revolution Day, that is celebrated in November 20th, reinforce national identity with parades, speeches, and patriotic symbols. Day of the Virgin of Guadalupe, which is celebrated in December 12th, reflect deep Catholic roots. Now, on the other hand, we have the holidays of Brazil. And first we have Dia de Yemanja. The meaning of this day is while Catholicism is prominent, there's also syncretism, like devotion to Yemanja, or known as Dia de Yemanja, which is celebrated on February 2nd in coastal cities. Brazilian Carnival is not just a party, it's a form of artistic, social, and political expression involving samba schools and millions of participants. And this holiday is celebrated in between February and March. And the last holiday we're gonna talk about is Festas Juninas. Festas Juninas, we have three specific days: June 13th, June 24th, and June 29th. And the meaning of this holiday is some holidays vary widely by region, like the Festas Juninas in the Northeast, which we're talking about Saint John, Saint Peter, Saint Pablo, and Saint Anthony, which is which mixes rural traditions, folk music, dance, and food. On the other hand, we have some legends and folklore of these countries. First of all, in Mexico, we have La Llorona. La Llorona is a woman who wanders weeping for her children, whom she drowned. It's known throughout Latin America but deeply rooted in Mexican culture. The Nahual are humans with the ability to transform into animals, based on Mesoamerican tradition. The legend of Popocatépetl and Iztaccíhuatl are two volcanoes that represent a warrior and a princess in love, separated by death and united for eternity. El Charro Negro is a spirit who offers riches in exchange for the soul, which represents the devil dressed as a charro, known as a Mexican horseman. Day of the Dead Day of the Dead is not exactly a legend, but a tradition full of symbolism. It's believed that the souls of the dead return to visit their families. Now, the legends and folklore of Brazil, we have Saci Perere, which is a mischievous, one-legged boy with a red cap who smokes a pipe. He plays tricks, hides things, and causes trouble. The Curupira is a forest protector with backward feet who confuses some hunters and punishes those who harm nature. The Yara is an Amazonian mermaid who lures men to the river with her beauty and song. It symbolizes danger of seduction and feminine nature. Boitata is a fiery serpent that protects forests and punishes those who set fires. And the last but not least, we have Bumba Meu Boy. Bumba Meu Boy is a folkloric festival based on a legend about the death and resurrection of an ox, which is celebrated with theater, dance, and music.
Okay. Climate. Now let's compare the climate of Brazil and Mexico. Brazil has a mostly tropical climate. In the north, especially in the Amazon region, it's very hot and rains a lot. In the south, it can be a bit cooler. Overall, Brazil is a warm and humid country. Mexico has more climate variety. In the north, there are deserts. In the center, there are mountains with a temperate climate. In the south, it's more tropical. So, in general, Brazil has a more uniform climate, while Mexico has more diversity in weather. Geography. When it comes to geography, Brazil is a huge country with many rivers, forests, and coastlines. One of its most famous features in the Amazon rainforest. The largest in the world, it also has beautiful beaches and big cities like Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo. Mexico also has very diverse landscapes. There are mountains range like the Sierra Madre, deserts in the north, jungles in the south, and beaches on both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. There are also volcanoes like Popocatépetl and ancient ruins. So even though both countries have amazing nature, Brazil is greener and wetter, and Mexico has a bit of anything. Traditions and culture. Both Brazil and Mexico have rich and colorful cultures. In Brazil, one of the most famous traditions is carnival, with parades, customs, and a lot of music like samba. Brazilian culture has strong African influences, especially in the food and music. In Mexico, one of the most well-known traditions is Dia de Muertos. There are also mariachi music and big celebration for national holidays. Mexican culture mixes indigenous and Spanish roots. In short, both countries love music, dancing, and celebration, but their traditions come from different roots. Thank you.